Ladies and gentlemen, the Russell Wilson era with the Denver Broncos has officially ended.
The Broncos have decided to bench Russell Wilson the final 2 games and has informed the team that Jarrett Stidham will start Sunday against the Chargers.
He went out almost as embarrassingly as he came in.
That's just cringeworthy to me. This is an NFL quarterback, and then let's ride, right? Bronco country, let's ride. Yeah, you can, okay.
Broncos country, let's ride. We're Broncos country, and let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Broncos.
Let's ride.
Needless to say, it's been a rough couple of years. It all started with Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks saying that he's not going to trade Russell Wilson.
We have no intention of making any move there.
But this would be a blockbuster trade that sent Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, and the season with so much hype would be a complete disaster. From fans booing him early in the season during the game.
Once again, with boos raining down, Denver is not able to get it done.
To other players getting in his face on the sideline, straight up ripping into Russell Wilson. I'm sure the cringy TikToks and embarrassing Subway commercials did not help.
When you're at the house, you in your own kitchen, you gotta get the whole squad here ready to pick out your suits. This is how you do it. It's either yes or no. You either love it or you don't like it.
But ask you know, what you're thinking about or what you want to do in life or where you want to go, you got to be unlimited. Tell them, I'm unlimited.
Be careful though. It's spicy.
Unlimited.
This led to his eventual head coach and the media criticizing Russell Wilson and the Broncos for focusing too much on social media. He even says it doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed, and that happened here. Part of it was their own fault relative to spending so much bleeping time trying to win the offseason, the PR, the pomp and circumstance.
You know who I feel bad for? The Denver Broncos defense.
People think he's phony. People think he's a phony. It's all an act.
During this horrible 2022 season for the Broncos and Russell Wilson, things got emotional and things got deep when Russell Wilson broke down at a press conference, holding back tears because his teammates, when talking to the media, defended all the heat he was getting all year.
It meant the world to me. It meant the world to me because I give my all every day. I don't know anything less. And so I'm grateful for these guys. You know, all I want to do is help this team win and us find a way to do it. And I know we're going to overcome all those obstacles. And I'm not going to blink because I know who I am. I know the dedication I have to this game.
The holiday season is here right now, but the NFL season is still rolling hot. Today, I am partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official partner of the NFL. And right now, they got a great offer you will not want to miss, man. I am telling you, you can get a no sweat bet on any same game parlay or same game parlay X. This means that you get a bonus bet back if your same game parlay or same game parlay X bet loses. Max reward limits apply. All you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and just sign up using my promo code Wi-Fi Willie. If you're a new customer, they have something special for you right now as well. New customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. You could use some of that $150 to combine other bets and get an even fatter payout. Remember, if you're not like me and you live in a state where it's not quite legal yet to do the sports betting, you can still join in on the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. All customers who use my promo code Wi-Fi Willie get a no sweat bet. And remember, when you're downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook app, to play responsibly. Sean Payton would be hired eventually, and he was supposed to save this disaster with Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett. But in the very beginning, things were a little fishy and got off to a really odd start. It began with Sean Payton leaking to his friend Terry Bradshaw that he did not like Russell Wilson.
Arizona, no, he don't want to work with that quarterback.
But he'd rather work with Russ?
I don't think so, but you know what? That's all he's got.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, around the same time, Sean Payton would praise backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham, who was working with the Raiders the year previously.
quietly, that was an important sign for us. So the evaluation was pretty crystal clear for all of us. I think he's someone that's going to be great in the room. He's smart. He's smart at the line of scrimmage. It's a number 2 that his arrow is moving in a direction where he can become an NFL starter in our league.
The Broncos' 2023 season with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson would be a disaster, resulting in one of the worst losses in NFL history, a 20-70 loss against the Miami Dolphins. And let's just say things got real heated.
I know that you said it's embarrassing, but this is kind of an historic game. I mean,
I'm aware.
Third time the team has scored 70 points, over 700.
What's the question?
I mean,
what's the question?
How do you feel about it being
I just finished telling you.
Historically embarrassing.
Next question.
Then the Broncos would have an embarrassing loss to the New York Jets and Zach Wilson, losing 31-21, and Sean Payton would be barking at Russell Wilson on the sideline, upset about all the sacks happening there. Sean Payton later downplayed it and said it wasn't a big deal.
Sean, it looked like you were pretty animated at the end of the game there with Russ on the sideline.
I don't think I was that animated. I know, so it wasn't a big of an exchange or big deal. I think maybe as some may have thought.
Out of nowhere in week 8, the Denver Broncos would go on an insane 5-game win streak, beating their AFC West rivals and the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and the Buffalo Bills. Russell Wilson was riding high in this moment, and it really felt like things can turn around, and there was so much confidence in the building.
We knew that we were going to win this game. I told the guys on the last drive, we're going to win this thing, and sure enough, we did.
However, the early signs of Sean Payton lashing out at Russell Wilson would come back again in an embarrassing loss to the Detroit Lions, losing 42-17. You can see Russell Wilson being barked at again by Sean Payton. Even though it looked like there was trouble in paradise, Sean Payton assured us that it's none of our business.
No, I said the frustrating part of the sequence was the next play. I was upset about the call. That's all. Simple. That's it. No, I was upset at the call. No, listen, it was just one of those moments.
Yeah, upset with the call. What were you yelling at Russell about?
Listen, what I talk with Russell about, it's none of your business.
Russell Wilson also assured us that Sean Payton is just passionate.
You want a coach that's, passionate. We want players that are too, and everything else. And so
the Broncos would, however, reach a new low, falling to the 3-11 New England Patriots. This was a disaster, but Sean Payton assured us that he was proud of Russell Wilson and how he fought during that game, even though Payton would do what we all know he did shortly after. After that Payton lie, there'd be another Broncos casualty, which is the headhunter Kareem Jackson, a guy who's been suspended and fined multiple times for some nasty hits. He would be released by the Denver Broncos on Christmas Day after that Patriots L. But then 2 days later, Sean Payton would pull the trigger and bench Russell Wilson.
Most of you know we made a change at quarterback. Spent time with Russ this morning, and he's been a pro and obviously disappointed, but
I was pretty surprised. He just told us out of nowhere. So yeah, I was pretty surprised. Having Russ all-star quarterback the whole year. Then last 2 games it's been a switch. So I think it was a surprise to everybody in the locker room.
Evidently, he wasn't so proud of him after all, and how he fought on Christmas Day against the New England Patriots. And 2 days after that day, he would make this decision. The reason being, according to Ian Rappaport, is because Wilson has $37 million in 2025 salary that vests in March of 2024, and if he has an injury, it would complicate those matters. Basically, if Wilson got injured in these next 2 games, the Broncos would still owe him $37 million next year. That's not going to happen now that Jarrett Stidham is serving as the starter for the final 2 games of the regular season for the Denver Broncos. Even though they're in the hunt still technically with the 7-8 record, there is a possibility that they could make the playoffs. There is no coming back from being benched. This relationship is completely over right now. The Broncos could technically release Russell Wilson, but it's gonna be pricey. As a post-June 1st release, he would eat $34 million in dead money in 2024 and then $49 million in dead money in 2025. This would be an unprecedented expensive release, but it could be broken up over 2 years, and it is possible to happen. There are tons of teams that need a quarterback, and Russell Wilson will definitely be in a new uniform next year. Russell has not performed well, but he's also had 2 head coaches and dealt with the ownership change change. Maybe another organization can give this guy a spark, or maybe it is officially over for Russell Wilson. But the Broncos franchise is going to have to deal with this mess. Not only are they owing the guy so much money for the next 2 years, but they gave up so much for him. A former first-round pick and Noah Fant, obviously Drew Lock, that quarterback they traded for Russell Wilson, along with 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. They went all in on Russell Wilson, and it completely blew up in the Denver Broncos face. Maybe we should have seen the signs a long time ago from Sean Payton's friend Terry Bradshaw. Perhaps Sean Payton never wanted this guy. They were always going to rebuild. They were always going to move on. Perhaps we were all the silly ones for believing Sean Payton's commitment to Russell Wilson. Let me know in the comments below where you think Russell Wilson is going to go next year. Who is he going to play for? And do you think Sean Payton made the right decision, or is he acting too angry and impulsively? My name is Wi-Fi Willie. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more NFL content like this. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.